What is up, everybody? Brett here with yet another new game for the channel. A game I hope you guys will like. It's another Autobattler. We've featured many on the channel over the years. We've done Auto Chess. We've done, Underlords. We've done, I played Super Auto Pets. There's so many of these games now. And this one is developed by Table 9 Studio and published by Yogscast Games. It came out recently on Steam. I'm going to go ahead and read the description real quick, and then we'll jump into the tutorial. I'm so familiar with these types of games. I watched another person play it very poorly. I don't think they had ever played an Autobattler before. Watched them play it on YouTube. They were lucky enough to get this game for free. I, however, did not. I think I paid the 15 bucks for it. But let me go ahead and read the description. Roguelike Squad-based Autobattler in a tabletop RPG setting. Draft your army. Carefully equip and position your units, make important choices, and meet a colorful cast of characters as you make ready for the grand tournament. Has mostly positive reviews, and from what I saw, it looks to be, pretty well polished for an early access game. Though every game nowadays is early access, so the term has almost lost all meaning. But anyway, I love the style of the monsters. From what I saw, I don't much care for the character design. I think everyone looks like, I don't know. I'll talk maybe a little bit about that later. Let's jump into the tutorial. And for those of you who maybe aren't familiar with Autobattler style games, or roguelike games in general, we'll learn it together. So, this is a unit. Both you and your opponents will make up an army comprised of many units. We've got the health. We've got the mana. Health is reduced when they take damage. When the bar reaches 0, the unit is out of the fight. Okay. Mana increases every second. When the bar is full, the unit will activate their special skill. Some units gain mana faster than others. So if we right click on them, we can see that this guy is Torque. He's an orc engineer. His skill is Rising Flame. He slams the ground at the enemy's feet with his hammer, causing a rising tide of flame that deals 200 spell damage. Units hit have their healing reduced by 50% for 5 seconds. His health, his mana, all these other varying stats and abilities that can allow it to apply items here. So this is the unit store where you buy new units using star points. These are our star points. Your available star points are shown at the bottom of the store. We have an archetype here, shows whether this unit is a vanguard, good at taking damage, a magician, good at casting spells, or a skirmisher, good at attacking. So you can see these here. SP cost displays how many star points a unit costs to buy. Okay, these guys are all one costed. Traits, and I think this also has to do with their tier. I think the higher the tier, so there's like tier 2, tier 3 guys from what I saw, and they cost more. So traits display which traits the units belongs to. So this is a big thing. We'll learn about this. It's pretty common to all Autobattlers. And skill describes the skill this unit casts when they fill their mana bar. Continue. So it's time to start learning how to form your army and how to make it better. First, we need to place the unit onto the field to combat the enemy's unit. Click the Mickey card to purchase that unit, which will teleport it onto your bench. This is our bench, where it will remain. Okay, so then click and hold the Mickey unit and drag it into the empty hexes. Okay, got it. So this is Mickey. It's a Scrapper Dragon. Brawler, I think is what they were. Costs 1, and then it has a taunt. Taunts a foe, then heals and counterattacks the next 3 melee attacks. That seems pretty damn strong. Let's put it there. We completed the objectives. Now the battle can begin. The fight button here in the center. Let's touch it. Touch the button. Like the little girl says in Rush Hour, push a damn button. God, Rush Hour 1 was good, wasn't it? So I went ahead in the options menu and I turned on the numbers because I kind of want to see what spells do what damage, who attacks for what. I thought that would be interesting. And we got our mana, so now we have a heal and a taunt for the next 3 attacks, and that allowed us to beat this dude. Sweet. And we get a heal for winning, but I guess our hearts are full. We have pale hearts are lost before normal hearts. Okay, so these are like overshields, kinda, I guess. Pale hearts. And this guy goes into like our permanent roster. This is like the map that you expect from roguelike games. First you go here, then you go here, then here, then here. You guys get the idea. So the sweet taste of victory. After every combat, you'll earn some important rewards. Actually, let me lean back a little bit, get a little more comfy. I'm like my face is like almost touching my computer screen. So, XP allows you to select a new passive power to enhance your power. Once you have collected enough to level up, you can track how much more XP you need to gain another level. That's XP up here. Gold used for purchasing new equipment and other goodies in merchant rooms. You'll learn more about that. And then star points used for purchasing units and re-rolling the unit store. So to re-roll, I think we get some free re-rolls at the beginning. But if we want to re-roll, we have to pay for it eventually with stars. So tutorial 2 of 4, we're going to fight the star student. The last guy was a total noob. This lesson will teach you about the first of the 3 pillars of army power, merging units. Rewards are gold, stars, and experience. So let's just look at these guys. Sebastian is a bug dweller. We'll learn about these combos and stuff later. Sebastian emits a wave that deals 6% of his max HP as spell damage. So stacking this guy up with HP items is probably the move. Or spell damage items. And then this here is Maurice, a tree folk marksman. For 5 seconds, Maurice gains 40 attack speed and its attacks deal 3% of the target's max HP as bonus spell damage. So good versus people with high HP. So the enemy has 2 units now. You can see here we have the option to place 2 units. You'll need to match them first, and to do so you need to refresh the unit store. Click this button to refresh the unit store with a new set of 5 random units. The first refresh after every combat is free, and each one after the first will cost you 2 star points. After refreshing, choose a new unit to purchase and place to add to your army. So let's go ahead and roll. Okay, purchase any available unit. So we currently have a scrapper and a dragon, and all we need to get these synergies is 1 more of either. So do we have a scrapper or a dragon? We do not. And it's not going to let me buy double Miki, because that's how I'm going to level up later. So let's just get someone who maybe does some damage. What are you? Zuzu. Drains an enemy, dealing damage and healing itself. Amanito. Deploy spores in a cone, dealing damage and disarming enemies. Or we could get our own Maurice. Let's just go for Zuzu here. Place him right on the board. Call that good. And we'll look at those different, I forget what they call them. We'll look at this later when we get a chance. So while your army is now similar in strength to the enemies, you can amplify your power further by merging, which increases a unit's tier. Higher tier units have increased stats and are a key component to having a successful army. Merging occurs whenever you have 3 tier 1 copies of a unit and can increase a unit to a maximum of tier 4. Very important. Most of these games, they usually go up to tier 3. This one goes up to tier 4. So units in the store that have a glowing card border are duplicates of ones you already have in play. These guys are glowing, which are recommended purchases in most cases. Increasing tier power is never a bad idea. So let's purchase these 2. So what I'm pretty sure will happen is even if I purchase these 2 and put them on the bench, they will come together and merge. So if we look here now, look at the HP difference. It's like double the HP. I don't know if I'm seeing any other huge differences. Armor. Armor's a big deal. We got some additional armor. That's good. Okay. Let's go. You are now much stronger than your foe due to the presence of a tier 2 unit. The fight will be no challenge for your army now, so press the fight button when you are ready to begin. But before you do, this is called the battle bar, which you may have seen last fight. Here you can track the total remaining health of each team and may use the speed control buttons to speed up, pause, or slow down the pace of combat. Try out changing the speed. Okay. So we'll start it, and then we can change the speed, make it go super fast, go to... like, it doesn't matter. I kind of like to watch. So we have more HP, but I don't know if that necessarily means we're going to win. But there we go. Easy tutorial mode, feels good. And next is the professor. This lesson will teach you about the second pillar of power, trait bonuses. So traits, that's what we need. Okay, so now we can put 3 guys on the squad. 3 enemy units this time. Your army will once again need to match them first by placing a 3rd unit. However, rather than choosing a random unit, it's time to learn about traits. On the left side of the screen, you will find a list of traits in your current army, but none are active yet. Hovering over the dragon trait on the left will show you it requires 2 dragons to become active. Let's activate the dragon trait by purchasing the placing rhyme. Okay, So I guess we're going to have to roll here. The green arrow over the dragon icon indicates the trait matches one of the traits. Got it. So let's refresh the store. It's going to feed us rhyme here. This arrow is indicating that we have the trait if we buy it. And then if we right click on dragon, we can see when a dragon first casts, they summon a fire-breathing worm that flies across the board, dealing 150 to 300 spell damage based on tier to enemies it strikes. And then once we have 4 dragons, we unlock the second tier. So each dragon has cast, after each dragon has cast, all dragons tier up for the rest of combat. So you can get a tier 5 off of that. That's pretty cool. So let's purchase you. Let's place you. You are a spellcaster, as are you. Let's kind of hide you over here. And then I guess let's go. I don't know what you do. Rhyme flings an icicle at its target, dealing 120 spell damage and stunning them for 1 second. It also stuns foes directly behind the target. That's cool. You could get some synergy and figure that out. So excellent. The dragon trait is now active, but your army isn't quite fully optimized. The unit you added last round doesn't match either of Rhyme or Miki's traits, but a unit in the shop does. You can make your army stronger by selling that unit and replacing it with one that matches Rhyme and Miki's traits better. Drag the non-dragon unit into the sell portal right here, the trash hole, and yeah, you'll be fully refunded. That's pretty cool. And for our trouble, we get Grundy here, who gives us the Scrapper trait. They gain 10 attack speed, and their attacks apply combo. Every 6 combo point removes them and deals 10% of the target's maximum HP as spell damage. Cool. So this character is a bit of a skirmisher. Very good. Armies that utilize trait power will be superior to those that do not, so this next fight will be an easy win for your dragon scrappers. Miki in particular will be extra potent, benefiting from both the dragon bonus and the scrapper bonus. Before you start the next combat, try holding shift while hovering over a unit. This activates inspect mode, providing info about the unit's attack range and visually previews their skill. You can right click to bring up a stat card. Got it? So he's going to do that. He tosses an explosive charge into the air, then dashes to the furthest enemy. Wow, okay. Interesting. So as we get better at the game, we can really, once we know how all this works, we'll be able to predict enemy attacks and like do our positioning based on that. Nice. There were 2 enemies here. We wanted the fire from the dragon to go over that. Wasn't sure how that would look, but that worked out swimmingly. Okay, tutorial 404, Tabletop Tactician. This lesson will teach you about the final pillar of power, equipping items. Okay. This will be the final combat room of the tutorial, this time against 4 units, all of whom share traits to some degree. They form up a very respectable force, like the ones you will be facing in a real run. First, you should keep up with the enemy's army growth and find a 4th unit to place. When deciding which unit to use, consider both. Does this unit go with the traits of your current units? Will it get you closer to activating another trait bonus? Does this unit fill a gap in the archetypes of your army? A good army has a mix of vanguards, magicians, and skirmishers if possible. So we're going to have to refresh the store because it told me to. We have the ability to get a ghoul here. Ghouls regenerate 2.5% of their missing health each second. Okay. So, I mean, that's a pretty good contender for now. And then from here, we'd want to just spend our money rolling, I guess, to try to get duplicates to try and level up, right? This guy reminds me of an old school Digimon. Is it Leomon? But I guess he's a monkey. Anyway, just like how traits can amplify your power to give you the edge, carefully placed equipment on your units can amplify your army's effectiveness. The right items on the right unit can cause it to carry your team to victory. Equipment is held in your inventory bag to the left of your bench. I see it, shiny bag. I'll give you a buckler to start with. Click the inventory bag to open it, then drag the buckler from your inventory onto Miki to equip it. So plus 10 armor can be merged with another component. Right click to preview. If we end up getting any of these other basic items, it'll turn them into these more powerful items and take up less slots, considering we only have 3 slots available on each guy. Most items you acquire during a run can be combined with another item to create a more powerful one. I'll give you a staff to combine with your existing buckler to create a bandana, an excellent item particularly for vanguard units, allowing the unit to damage nearby enemies. You can right click any component item to open the merge book showing the results. Got it. You can also open this merge book anytime by pressing the merge book button in the top. Okay, got it. Open the merge book. Equip the staff to the unit with the buckler. This is going to merge it. We go to the bandana, get armor, spell power, and every 3 seconds, adjacent foes take spell damage equal to 8% of their max HP and halves their healing. Got it. Equipment is often best served on specific units based on their archetype. Certain archetypes can often make slightly better use of some of the stats. So, magic-based stuff, good for magicians. I think we get the point here. Okay. This concludes the basics of what you need to know to get started in Tales and Tactics, though much more awaits you in a real run. Press the fight button one last time when you are ready, but first a tip, make use of the recap screen. The recap screen displays to you a final tally of how each unit performed. You can review the damage, output, healing, and mitigation of every unit for both you and your opponent. Each category can be toggled on and off at will, and each bar sections can be hovered over for a further breakdown of what was contributing. So let's click on that. Got it. No surprise here, our tier 2. Actually, that's not our tier 2. That's Rhyme. That was the guy in the back spell casting. I was going to say, not a surprise he did the most damage, but it wasn't. Miki did the most damage. But tanked-wise, Miki tanked a lot of damage. So if we click on all of them, also self-healed a lot. So we're going to press the fight button. Got it. It's not going to let me reroll to try to get stronger dudes just because it's probably not necessary at all, as we are in the tutorial. Nice. So the only traits that they have active are skeletons. When all your units are slain, skeletons return with 100% health for a last stand, during which they lose 3% of their max HP per second. Got it. So the Skelly Boys came back, although they're being slowly drained. It gives them a chance to maybe like even it up. Pretty sweet. And with that, we have finished the tutorial, I believe. Congratulations, you're now ready to start a full run. Before you go, here are a few extra tips and advice. Sure. Losses in a normal combat room cause 2 lives to be lost. Boss rooms deal double damage. Star points carry over from fight to fight, and while there isn't any economic advantage to storing them, one strategy may be to save just a little before a shop room, where you unlock the next rarity of units. Cool. And then during a run, you may become cursed. Okay? Which randomly makes units cost 1 life to purchase. Fear not, though. As long as you win a fight, you heal 1 life, so it can be harmless to spend a life on a cursed unit if you're strong enough to immediately heal it back next fight. At the end of any run, win or lose, you'll earn Mastery to unlock more features for future runs. New characters, areas, modifiers, and more await. So each curse adds a 5% chance for a unit in the unit store to become chained. Chains on that unit can be broken by spinning a heart. Got it. That's in the tutorial. Session 0, achievement unlocked. Feeling sweet. Let's go ahead and play. Let's just try to do a run. No idea how long this will be. You guys will know before I do. Lock in these modifiers and choose a character. Okay. There's a lot of stuff here. We didn't even go through. There's unlocks. There's a compendium. We don't have any mastery points yet or whatever they're called in order to unlock stuff. So we're just going to ignore that for now. But unit traits. Enables traits on your units. Use units that share traits to enable bonus combat effects. Okay. Hold on. Now, I'm not new to Autobattlers. Let's go recommended, I guess. We only have 1 character. I was going to say, all these characters look like bad guys from the Powerpuff Girls. We're going to take Singrim, whoever the heck that is. And I guess they have other perks and class perks and background perks. All this stuff is locked. But let's go. No idea how either difficult or easy this is going to be, but there may be quite a bit of reading. The journey begins. The Grand Tournament, a prestigious event hosted every year by a group of powerful callers known as the Daya. Each year, young callers from all over are invited to challenge the Daya themselves. You have been selected to partake in this year's event. Will your tale be one of triumph or defeat? Will your tactics earn you fame and glory or find you wanting? Now tell us about the character you'll be playing today. Hi, my name's Singrim Bold Pebble, but everyone calls me Sing. I've been a student of the arcane ever since I can remember, graduated top of my class, and went from being a student to a professor. Those who can't do teach, man. Why did I want to enroll in the Grand Tournament? Well, I thought it might be a chance to do something different. It's one thing to read about all the wonders of the world, but it's something else to see them for yourself. I thought it would be a good way to meet new people, maybe even that special someone. Sounds like an Air Force advertisement. The game has been saved. Our first bit of combat, we're going to fight goblin goofballs, and our rewards will be thus.
This guy's a frontline unit, right?
So I'm sure these guys are super weak. They only have like 1 health bar. And training goblins have no skills. Okay, so let's see here. We've got Bark, conjures a distracting replica. I love tree folk in lore and games. I also like orcs quite a bit. We've got demons here. Okay. I'm kind of just going to go with who looks the coolest. This guy is very like Thrall-esque from Warcraft, if you guys are familiar. And then we've got this dude. He is a mage as well. Very interesting. So Bark conjures a fragile wooden replica of itself next to a random enemy, which taunts adjacent foes to attack it. And it has a percentage of his HP. We get to buy 2. We don't really have any... Our only synergies here are engineer and engineer. So I think we do that. But it is double spellcaster, which perhaps is not the best. Oh, we can only have 1 on the board. Okay. Well, if that's the case, let's just go with Torque here. What do you do, sir? You're the one that tosses the bomb. You're Sparky. Okay, got it. And what does the engineer and demon bonus do? Or traits? Gain a turret minion that attacks from aside the board with 30 attack damage. It starts with 5 ammo and gains 5 more whenever an engineer casts. The turret is, okay, or a supercharged one. And then orcs. When orcs first fall below 50% each combat, they rage, taking 40% less damage for 5 seconds. In addition, all your units deal 10% more damage for the rest of combat. And it shows there are some additional orcs for us to try to recruit. Additional engineers. This guy. And then, okay. So I think here we're just ready to go. I think we just go to combat. We spend all of our money. Can fast forward here. I like to watch the animations if they're interesting. Sick.
I knew you had it in you.
And we had to believe that that was going to be pretty damn easy. As we travel to the next. And we get an additional spot to put somebody. So now we're going to get... Oh, that's our turret. Can't click on that. But let's see how well that works. And we get a free reroll. So we get another Sparky here. Probably going to buy that. Another tree folk guy. Teak. Very funny. Teak dashes to the furthest foe, dealing spell damage to foes struck at the end of the dash. It deals 75% of its attack damage to adjacent foes. Don't hate that. It's also a stalker. Creepy. We definitely want to buy this guy for future combined purposes, but having this engineer buff seems sweet. What does the demon trait do? When all other demons die, the last demon standing becomes the Demon Lord, gaining a shield for 100% of the demon's maximum health. The Demon Lord also gains 40% lifesteal, 40 attack speed, and 60 spell power for the rest of combat. That is insane. Okay. That sounds super strong to me. Let's go ahead and fight. We have way more HP than these guys. And we have this cheating turret, which got reloaded.
That was an easy fight. Well done.
Go ahead and close that out as we travel to the next bit. And now we have 3 army size. Okay, so we can just put in another demon character. It doesn't contribute towards any of this, other than probably the engineer casting our spells and getting more ammo. I think that probably helps us. Look at these guys. These guys look awesome. Healer and Fae. Heal one ally with the lowest health. Heals itself and the lowest health ally over time. These guys look awesome. I kind of want to buy all 3. And maybe throw in... This is almost certainly not as good as what we currently have, but this guy is a tank of sorts. Let's put him in the front and let him tank. He has a sparkle shield. Sir Sparkles raises its sword to the sky, healing itself and the lowest health ally for 50 HP per second. So, the healer trait, healing is 33% more effective once we get 2 of them. And then at 4, gain the healer shrine, which gains charge equal to 50% of your unit's healing. Okay, that's a lot. We're not going to read everything right now. And then we have this guy who is a Fae. I'm not that concerned about that. Let's stick to the synergies we have. They have a bigger guy here in the back. Whatever. He's got an item. He has a war banner. Leaders gain 50% total maximum health, 3 mana regen, and 30% attack damage and others stuff. Okay. We'll figure all that out later as well. It's our first ever run. We don't have to know everything right now. But here's, looks like the real board. Wow, okay. We can have up to 4 dudes. And there we go. Now we have the healer bonus. You love to see it. Tempted to get this guy to see about the Fae bonus. Fae units have minus 20 maximum mana. Other units have minus 10 maximum mana. So they just cast much faster? That's probably super strong. Let's just try to roll and get some tier 2s. A reptile and a poisoner, huh? So we obviously want torque. I don't want to pay for any more rerolls. I think we're fine with this. And our team looks pretty stacked. Okay. We've got multiple healers. We've got engineers. Let's do it. To combat we go. They have way more HP than me. We really need to get a tier 2. There we go. Keep loading up that turret. Big time heals. We've only lost 1 guy. We're doing great. So if we go here, I wonder if it'll show me...
I knew you had it in you.
Okay, we can't use it just anytime we want. But I wonder if it'll show me how much damage the turret did. Okay, stumble upon... So, Roadtail Pot of Gold. Stumble upon a slightly suspicious bundle of loot. As we travel. You stumble upon a pot of gold sitting plainly in a shaded spot. You look around as if expecting someone to return and reclaim their lost treasure, but there appears to be no trace of anyone. An empty wooden sign juts out from the pot, catching your curiosity to get a better look. As you approach, words begin to appear, etching onto the boards. A handful of gold you may have from this bowl, for avarice poisons and blackens the soul. So we could get a bunch of gold in exchange. We get a pot helm, 20 armor. If the wearer survives combat, gain additional gold. But we would get curse, which plus 3 would add a 15% chance to lock us out of units. Huh. Or we could get a shrine, or we could just take the money. I'm gonna... Oh my god. I guess we got... I feel like I gotta be greedy, but I'm just gonna take the easy 6 gold. You scoop out some, putting it into your pack, then continue onwards. Hopefully other adventurers will appreciate this bounty too. Cool. So right now, I guess we can check this out. I want to look at everything. Our boy tanked a ton of damage. Sparky did a lot of damage. So did Torque. Yeah, it shows me the turret. Cool. The turret did almost as much damage as a character itself. That's pretty good to know. Let's roll here. We get another demon. We get another Sir Sparkles, who I'm probably more interested in than the demon, to be honest. I have this Lucky Charm. Drop this on an allied unit to gain a unit you don't have that matches one of its traits. So if I drop it on... Who would I want to drop it on? Maybe here to see if we could get like an orc. Let's see. And we did. We got an orc. I don't know who this is, but Bulwark, good name for a tank. Face me. Bulwark roars, healing for 50% of his maximum HP and parrying the next 2 incoming attacks to ignore them. Okay. I like that. Makes me not want to buy this guy at all. I will roll here and hope to get lucky. And we did. We got a Sir Sparkles who's going to make a level 2. And a Sparky who's going to make a level 2. So that's awesome. So we just really powered up. And Uro here is another demon we could consider. If I hover over demon, how many demons are there? Only a few that we've seen. He taunts and curses the furthest foe for 5 seconds. Each second the victim takes 4% of their maximum HP as spell damage, and he heals for 4%. That sounds pretty strong. I kind of like that. I might speculatively purchase him, and then we'll save the money for the rest of the stuff. And we'll go fight the unlucky Lass. Hasn't been able to find a good army yet and is stuck with just 1 active trait. Okay. Let us travel. We're about to level up off of this as well. So this is considered a leader with a war banner. In Act 2, the leader will give one of its allies an enhanced item. In Act 3, it gives another. Okay. So I guess we either want to burst this thing down or just straight up avoid it. Not sure what the protocol is. Could maybe do something like this. And go to combat. We're evenly matched, though we have multiple level 2s, or tier 2 guys. Evenly matched in terms of HP. I guess that banner on a tanky unit probably counts for a lot. I mean, we crushed them. We didn't lose a unit. Very strong. Okay, level up. So on level up, we got a chance to choose one of these perks, I suppose. Your units gain plus 25 spell power for the first 10 seconds of combat. I like that. Maybe a chance for our first 1 or 2 spells to get bonus strength. Team building. At the end of each combat, if your entire team shares a single trait, gain 2 star points. That is not the case. Our entire team does not share a trait. So, or the Quill. Gain the special equipment Quencher's Quill. Plus 20% health. At the start of combat, the wearer fires a wide beam forward that mana locks struck enemies for the first 5 seconds of combat. That's pretty sick. This buffs everyone. This feels like very short-term good. And this feels like we'll be happy to have this in the late game. Let's choose Wizard Hat. And where we go now? Encounter a rug merchant in the vast oasis, or stop at a bar to rest with some shady patrons. So we can either go for the experience or for the money. And I say money, I mean stars. I guess we have real money. There's some unique stuff. Mystery consumables, unique items. I don't think it really matters to me at this point. I don't know the difference. Let's just see what we get here. We get yet another orc. And a Sanctus. That's perfect. So now we get a tier 2 healer. That's huge for us. I'll speculate and buy another orc. As well as this meat. Plus 20% health. Got it. We're going to put this on the tank. And I think we hold. I think we hold our cash. And let's just travel. Let's go to the Golden Serpent and see what's up there. Wandering through the desert, you stumble on a small tent, seemingly in the middle of nowhere. Stepping inside, you find yourself in a large tavern, somehow much bigger than the petite pavilion let on. It's a bag of holding. You find yourself admiring a large statue of a snake when a voice grabs your attention. Welcome to the Golden Serpent. What's your fancy? Okay. So we can either get 2 experience and a Withervine potion. We haven't gotten any potions yet. Drop this on an enemy unit to slow it for the combat. We can get a legendary unit, which I don't even know what that means. Let's right click. Legends gain higher base stats and stronger skills than most units and cost 1 additional star point to buy, but do not contribute to most other traits. Legend stat bonuses, okay. So it doesn't have a trait. That's the drawback. So it's just good by itself. And I don't even know, could I get more of them to level it up? So Serpentis glares at the foe with the least HP, stunning them for 3 seconds and dealing big spell damage. Allies with the target in range will prefer to attack them. If they die while stunned, you gain gold. Man, that sounds strong. Okay. Or we take Curse and get the Golden Serpent Scale. 2 armor and spell power per held gold, up to 15 gold. That seems really strong. We're going to chicken out, and we're going to take the drink in chat. I think that's the move. No negatives, man. I don't want any curses early on. You sit at the bar chatting and carrying on with the innkeeper and whoever wanders by. You talk about the tournament, strategies. Who would open a business in the middle of the desert? Hours pass by before you decide it's time to continue. As you step to the door, you could swear that the golden statue is watching. Next. Okay. So that was not combat. So these are combat. It says at the top, duh. So this guy, I'm guessing this is maybe their strongest unit. We get cash. We get stars. We get experience. It's pretty interesting. Giving us the option. Can remove them from combat. Okay, that's a very powerful potion. Let's take this one. Hey, bro, you totally look like someone I'm about to beat. You got it, bro.
Looks like I scuffed the paint on this one last time.
Okay. They get a level 2 Sanctus with a war banner, making it quite strong. I am going to roll and hope to get something good. We got another Uro, who's already kind of a speculative pick for us. Let's just put him on the squad. Would love to get another Orc on the squad, but that's not going to happen, I guess, until we get bigger army size. Okay, and I don't have whatever the vault is unlocked yet. Alright. Everything is out of my inventory. We're good to go. I don't think we need to use our potion on this fight. We have significantly more HP. Our guys are pretty damn strong. We have our own healers. And we're going to end this fight with like full health. That's pretty insane. I think that might be because of our wizard hat, man. We got so much spell power right at the beginning. I don't know if I want to give it all the kudos for that, but that felt great. A road tail. Stumble upon a box of magic dice. Let's travel. Well, let's roll and see what we get. And finally, we get a level 2 torque. That's perfect. Let's travel. The ringing of a bell catches your attention. Following the sound, you find a mostly empty table consisting of a few dice and an empty tray. The dice seem to shimmer as though calling out to you. It looks like some kind of game. There is a sign which reads, "Roll the dice. You might win double. Don't cheat the dice or there'll be trouble." Okay. So, take a chance. Possibly get some curses. We'll go with the pansy option, see what we get. As soon as you pick up the dice, the tray begins to shimmer and hum, as though excited to play the game. It's like Jumanji. Shaking the dice in your hand, you toss them into the box. They roll and bounce before settling on 2 runes, Halus and Teo. You don't know what it means, but you feel renewed, refreshed, and just a little bit wiser. Cool. Let's go to a registrar. It's a shop. Visit the tournament registrar where you can spend gold. Thankfully, we got 21 gold. A studious goblin looks up from a large ledger, pushing up his wire-rimmed glasses, straight stolen from Harry Potter. Name, race, occupation. The tournament council is not responsible for injury from burning, maiming, decapitation, petrification, or polytransformation. Sign here. Alright. Flash of light gets us. Upgrades 2 unit store slots to now show uncommon units. Cool. Alright, so we're going to get units that I guess cost 2 and are stronger. Cool. Coda and Gorzak. When you can finally see, you find yourself standing in some sort of shop. A goblin behind the counter looks familiar. Welcome to Bundle Boar's Bountiful Boutique. The find is definitely not looted, and I just finished saying it straight up from Harry Potter, and they call it Bundle Boar. The find is definitely not looted equipment around. We have everything you could need to take on the Dia. Got it. Okay, so we could buy some of this stuff. The items that we currently possess, we have meat, which with a sword would give us a mallet of mashing. Every 3 seconds, the wearer's next attack deals bonus spell damage, equal to 4% of the wearer's maximum health, which is probably really good on a tank. We could go gloves, which would give us a pristine buckler, which gives us attack speed and health, giving us more HP. I mean, these are all pretty good, huh? Gauntlets of Grace, an already looks like upgraded item, and a reptile war banner. Okay, this is cool, but we don't have any reptiles, so we don't really need that. I am going to get us the gloves. This gives me mana regen and attack speed. We can't afford it, but I'm going to buy the sword as well. We're going to go into our inventory. We're going to put the gloves here, merge, and make a pristine buckler. And then do we have anyone else have items? No. Okay. We're just going to put the sword on him. We're going to stack him. Make him strong as hell. He's not a damage dealer per se. We don't really have any of these, what do they call them? Vanguard or what have you? I don't know. I don't remember what this is called. But the damage dealers, like the auto attackers. So we're not going to benefit super well from that. But now we have combat. Okay. We can fight Sir Sparkles. Or we can fight the Arbiter, who has a double gore. I don't think it matters. What matters is what do we want to get out of this. If we go here and we look at the sword and shield, we would get a Blessed Blade, giving us armor, attack damage, and lifesteal. That's pretty strong. Or this, mixed with the sword, would give us Eden's Blade, which is not going to be as good for us on this character if we're trying to stack them. So let's go for this.
This guy's a frontline unit, right?
Very cool, very cool. Once again, we still kind of heavily outclass the dudes we're fighting. Let's roll here. We get another Bulwark. I'm happy with that. He's a basic tier 1 guy. Let's roll one more time. And we get a chance to level up Bulwark, which is sweet. We have a tier 2 to put in right away. We also get a chance to level up Uro. And another character here which costs 2. And this guy is an engineer. But I am very interested in going Orc. I'd like to put Bulwark in next if possible. Let's go ahead and go to combat. I don't think we need to change out our strategy. I think we're doing just fine. I think we may have wanted to adjust our positioning to make sure that all the damage goes on to Sir Sparkles. And because they had the skeleton bonus, they also had the mage bonus. Mages cast twice. Their total spell power is reduced, however, but that's still a net positive. If they cast twice but reduce their spell power by 25%, that's quite the net positive. And here, we're just going to take this guy. Stack the orcs. Let's roll. Oh, we leveled up. Okay, sweet. So, first option, gain a meat component. Your units with an equipped meat component or meat completed item gain 10% more maximum health. So we currently have 1, and then if we get this, we would have 2. Not bad. Gain a porcino and a mushroom banner. We don't have any mushrooms here, so this wouldn't help me very much unless I wanted to get this guy and try to make something out of that, or Knife Storm. In combat rooms, gain the hex modifier known as Knife Storm. In one of the middle 2 columns, okay, a unit placed there throws a knife at a random foe that deals 80 spell damage every 5 attacks. So I'm guessing, so we put units here and they throw knives. I think that's pretty cool. I'm going to go for the Meat Master. That was my nickname in college. So Champion Tail, a Tale of 2 Tails. I guess we're fighting a champion. Encounter 2 of the Grand Tournament champions. We're definitely going to take another one of you. A new guy here, a Skeleton Healer. If we're going for straight healer buffs. I'm tempted to purchase him. And if we need to, we can always sell. So we've got a Meat and a Buckler. Meat and a Sword gives us the Mallet of Mashing. I like that a lot, but I wanted to spread these out a little bit so that multiple guys could get the benefit, but maybe we want to stack them. Or maybe we just do what we were going to do here. And make that, and then give the meat perhaps to someone like our boy here. Or we could even... No, we don't want to lose our mechanic bonus, I was going to say. Let's go here. Equip that to Tort. He gets the Meat Master bonus. Pretty cool. Let's travel. Okay, we're in an oasis. We're arguing. People are arguing. A jovial djinn gesticulates toward the river. Oh, so I gotta just read this. I'm trying to shorthand this, but the words are so nonsensical that I just need to read it. Ki Odin, a jovial djinn, gesticulates towards the calm elderly giantess known as River, as they explain the superiority of narration. Believe me, young lady, words are worth 1,000 pictures. As you approach, the two look at you, the djinn beaming brightly. Perhaps you'd like to help settle a friendly dispute between us. Okay. Who is... I am more of a reader. The tapestry is stunning. She looks cool. Let's go with her. He guffaws, sounding like a sudden clap of thunder echoing from all directions as the book disappears in a puff of smoke. Well, you know what they say, bad choices make good stories. We shall see how our story unfolds the next we meet. Sand and wind gather around the djinn, and in an instant they disappear. Smiling at the thought of showing up one of her friendly rivals, River presents a variety of beautifully crafted banners for you to pick from. Oh, sweet, and he will remember us. So let's see if we actually want any of these banners. I don't want a ghoul banner. I don't care about a horror banner. We don't have any horrors. Or we could get River's card. War banners and shops are half off. And River will remember us. Politely decline. Ugh. I mean, what are we more likely to take? Maybe horror? Sure. Okay. Feel free to read this, guys. I don't want my voice to give out from reading so much. But thank you. And next up we have a boss. Priest of Adelon. Here's a boss legend unit. Does ice damage and stuns in a line. Has the unique legend... Okay. So I don't think we want to line up in front of this dude. Wherever he may be. Can we do something like this perhaps? Something a little weird? I don't know if that'll help us. What do you do? A frozen effigy. It steals 4 mana from all my units. We don't want anyone to be adjacent to that thing. Okay. Let's try it. I'm sure this thing is strong as hell. They have a lot more HP. But I think once we crush this, we'll be happy. Okay. Ooh, that's spooky. Alright, big heals. Okay, overtime is happening. I don't know what that means exactly, but boy, do we need more. It looks like we're gonna lose. Oh my god, it looked like we were gonna lose there for a second. That guy was strong as hell.
Cut that a little close, don't you think?
Yeah, I think we did. Cut that quite close indeed. So travel, rest and relax. Take the night to rest, reflect on everything that's happened in this region, and prepare for the journey to the next one. Okay. Ooh, raise army size. Perfect. And we get to drop multiple, you know, tier 2 guys in. We're 2 away from the demon synergy. And what else are you? You are a demon brawler. You are an orc tank. Let's put you in. Let's get the orc synergy. And let's see, what do we want to go for first?
2 roads diverge. And sorry, but you cannot travel both.
This looks... I don't care as much about the gold, I guess. I'd rather have more stars and more experience. I will hug him and squeeze him and call him George. Nice little, of Mice and Men reference there. But yeah, let's go here. After, perhaps we roll a bit. Morita is good for us, and yet another demon. Maybe we hold out and try to get a tier 2 or even higher demon. I see Shelly here. Shelly unfortunately doesn't seem to have a lot of synergy with us. This is another level 2 orc. So here's the deal. We could get 3 orcs out here, but I think this is still quite strong. The turret I think is still doing work, but we're getting to the point where maybe having 3 orcs is better. What do you do? Oaken Guard. Pulses a wave of healing energy, restoring 100 health to itself and adjacent allies. Affected units are cleansed of any damage over time. Okay. Let's travel to the Gigantomancer.
Right?
And I think we downshift our characters a bit, make sure the tanks are in front. I think we can afford to roll here. And we save. Okay, let's hope we can do this. What are you? Nimbus 2. Ascends, gaining infinite range and 40 attack speed for 6 seconds. While this buff holds, it attacks an additional enemy. You have the banner. Spearfang summons 4 ghostly swords. They slice the enemy, dealing 75 spell damage and healing Spirit Fang. Okay. Alright, wish us luck. I'll hover over these guys so we can read them during the fight. We can slow down the fight a little bit so we can see more of what's going on. Shelly. Nice, he's just a super tank. I'm about to say, we need big heals, man. We're getting crushed. We just don't seem to have enough damage. Maybe our build sucks.
Every loss is just
okay.
missing a couple.
That's not great. We might want to shake this up. Maybe the healers are not doing it for us, but we've invested so much in these 2 guys. We have all our items here. I don't think we can remove the items. Who's sucking? The Sparky guy? But he's also giving us the turret. Okay. We gotta do something. I mean, I don't particularly care. I almost don't even want to equip this. Let's roll. Another orc. Let's roll again. Because right now I can sell this guy. Sell. I'll probably want another one of you. I'll probably want another one of you. Let's roll. I'll probably want another Sir Sparkles, right? But I think what we need to do is, I think we need to get rid of this. Sell here. Get you in there. And I could have used these. I didn't think we would have that much trouble with the last combat there. Let's get Sir Sparkles here. Let's roll again. That's not going to work. Let's roll one more time. We need to really get a match here. We get Vex. Yet another orc. He hexes his target, dealing damage per second. If the foe dies while he's hexed, it moves to the nearest foe. Okay. Do we have anything here that we don't want? Yeah, like you. You can go. So right now, we currently have 3 orcs. Getting to 4 would be the move. And I would like to get this guy on the squad. We're going to have to keep buffing these dudes. The move might be to get rid of these tier 1 guys, even though they're close to leveling, and try to bank on getting higher tier dudes. We get another torque. Okay. With that, let's go ahead and travel to the next zone, and hopefully not die. Stone of Summoning, speak softly now, and find a friend to call for more wood bring offense. Okay. So we can get a Spindleton, a Demon Healer, a Rallying Horn, but we would get cursed. This looks like a cool character. We would probably just sell this guy. Let's go with a Disenchant Shrine. And now let's go to combat. Okay. So, we are 2 XP away. This guy wrecked us last time. I guess I'm going to take this. Man, I want the experience. Let's go with the Bright Mage. Show me what you got. Maybe the move is to overpower the weak guys? Really wants me to look at this. Let's just go to combat. Let the tank. Let's try to kill these weaker characters. Okay, 1 down, but he's gonna come back. That's terrible. They killed my healer. I think we're raging on some of these guys because they're orcs. They're getting the orc benefit. But this dude is like a Slark or something from Dota. And we're going to lose again, and I think that's going to be it for our first run, man. Did we just not scale fast enough? We didn't get any tier 3s.
You may not have won.
But wow, we just got wrecked. Let's see what we've unlocked, I guess. For our first run, maybe that wasn't bad. I don't actually know. Unlock a new character. Requires a prerequisite of 900 mastery. What's this? Ancestral power enables ancestral perks. Characters now have an additional starting combat-oriented perk. Cool. So that's going to make us stronger. What does this do? Class perks. Characters have an additional unique perk, usually focused on economy or other non-combat power. Sure. And then this gives me aspiration power. Characters provide an additional starting bundle of resource or items unique to them. I mean, that all sounds pretty strong and maybe would have helped us a lot in that last battle there. Characters start with a special unique legendary unit. That sounds like fun. But guys, that's going to be it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. When we come back next time, this is a good hour. We did the tutorial. We did our first run. But the next time, we're just going to do a straight up run. And we're going to try to have fun. And maybe unlock some new characters too. So that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Brett. Channel's Goodtalk Gaming. Once again, this has been Tales and Tactics. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care, y'all.